Hey guys, welcome to Hey Nurse. So happy to have you guys here. Our mission is to impact one, change many, baby. We're gonna get in today's video where we are talking all about what to expect when you go to nursing school. Honey, you might want to get your tea. Okay, go get you some tea. Go get you a nice little drink. Get a blanket. Snuggle up because I'm gonna give you the real deal. Okay, this is just an honest one. When you go to nursing school,
your life is over.
Yeah. Okay.
Your personal life, your fun life, you're going out with friends and family, having a blast.
The birthday parties, the holidays. It's gonna be over while you're in nursing school. And ask somebody in nursing school, they're gonna tell you, oh yeah, nah, I couldn't go. Oh yeah, I had to have some tough conversations with people and whatnot. Like, yeah, I couldn't do it. You are going to be studying all the time, baby. It's gonna be real difficult to be with your friends and family. And if so, then 9 times out of 10, if you do decide to go and stuff, a lot of times you see the repercussions of it in your grades. And the thing about nursing school is the content builds on top of each other. So, somebody decide, oh, I want to, throw a birthday party. I want to have a blast, do this, do that. Well, guess what? Each person that I've seen that has tried to maintain their social life while in nursing school, either they failed out the nursing program or quit, mostly failed out. I would say, which is a tough thing. Like, I don't want to seem insensitive to anybody who has gone through that. It's just difficult to maintain. So, gotta let that one go. All right. Another reality is you could study for 3 weeks, a month, whatever, for a test and still get a C. I know people are like, huh? Coming from like high school or maybe another program or taking, college courses somewhere else, right? Before nursing school. It's like, oh, you might have studied a day in advance, 2-3 days tops or something like that. And made it 8, right?
Not nursing school.
The A's in nursing school sometimes are very, very, very hard to come by. And it's not about, oh, well, does the instructor set out for me to fail or anything? No, that's crazy. It's not even set up that way. Nobody wants to see somebody fail. If anything, they want to see you do well because they know that you have to take NCLEX at the end of the journey. So that is what they are striving for, is to see you do well. So they may be pushing you, but it's coming from a place of love. So anyway, yeah, you can study hard. You can study so hard. And another thing about it is sometimes it's like you can know the information, but there is like the whole test taking and getting used to nursing style tests. Nursing tests be off the chain, y'all. You can know information, but then you get to the test and it's like, huh? And it's like, dang, I thought I knew it. I thought I studied and whatnot. And that's because of the critical thinking aspect and prioritization. Depending on where you're at in the program, you start getting some of those delegation type questions. And I think prioritization seems to be the hardest thing that people deal with. I'm lying. It's some other stuff. The what ifs. Well, what if this happened? Well, what if that? Is a whole bunch of things that impact test taking. That's a whole separate video. That's the area that I specialize in. School test taking strategies and whatnot. I'm just saying, just in case you get a C, don't feel defeated or discouraged or anything like that. Just know you can put 100% in, and that might be, the grade that you get is not what you're used to and whatnot. So just throwing it out there. Oh, and this one kind of ties into that last point, which is that you may not get straight A's in nursing school. So again, if you're used to having, straight A's or honor roll, it just may not be like that. Okay. I remember my hardest class in nursing school was critical care, and by then I had made up my mind, I'm gonna go into the ER. So I really wanted an A out of that class, baby. I got that B as in boy. I took that and ran with it because I was studying so hard. That was the most studious I had ever been in my whole entire life, okay? I was making notes before class. I was in class every time, not that I wasn't in class before, but you know, I was there, okay? I was typing everything, writing everything. I had my notes in one color, then I had what my instructor said in another color, and it was just all, I had it all together. And then I think it was okay to record. I recorded my instructor, so when I got out, I went go sit in the library right after class, played it back, and still was putting in more notes. I still had to go back, study all that, put it together. So by that point, either I used what I had as like compiled notes, or sometimes I would make like a little Word document outline. But baby, it was intense. It was intense. I was doing that, and then at some point, like, I just started like having to do like these, what I now know is called concept maps, where I would just write the stuff out on the board. Or like go in there and write on the dry erase board, and I would have to put like whatever the disease process was, and then I have to put, okay, signs and symptoms there, medications, nursing interventions, patient teaching. Like, I would have to hit on every area and just go through whatever disease processes for that body system, and I would just be boom, boom, boom. Look, you would have swore I was in the gym getting those reps in, okay? I was studying my butt off. So when I got that B, I said, so be it. So be it. You may not have or get straight A's, and if you do, then woo, kudos to you, okay? But to everybody else, it's okay. There is a saying, I don't know how much I like it, but it's C's get degrees. Get it? And I respect that saying. The only part that bothers me is if that's your standard. It's like, oh, that's all you aim for is a C. No, you ain't. To me, aim for an A, but if you get a B or C, then hey, you try. But you always want to aim. Don't just say, oh, let me just do a C. I never understand that, because you're going to be taking care of real people when you finish. You know what I'm saying? So aim for your best all the time. And I don't know if that's just part of me and who I am. Like, I always give like 120. So like, I feel like you gotta shoot for the stars, But, and again, especially with somebody's life on the other side of what you're doing, you want to care enough, about your work, and let alone what you are doing, the outcomes in somebody else's life. Or what they say, am I right or am I right? Another reality is that only the people that are in nursing school with you, are in a nursing program or similar program, are gonna understand what you're going through. So that means your family may not understand, your boyfriend, girlfriend may not understand, even your dog and cat may not understand, okay? You do have your peers that are in that journey with you. Even as you go out and work as a nurse, people just not gonna understand the struggle. Like, you can try and explain it to you blue in the face, and they gonna try, but it's not until you in it that somebody understand the complexity of nursing school, being a nurse, all of that. With that being said, I do think that sometimes it's like it could get lonely, maybe feeling, by yourself. But that's why I say reflect on, you do have your peers, and to network within that. Don't be isolated by yourself, especially when you don't have to be. I know for me, when I was in nursing school, baby, I think I met with almost every little clique and study group. Because really, I was just trying to figure it out. So I'm just like, and that's how I started learning how to make my notes differently, because if I be honest, I go meet with the white girls, and I'm looking like, well, dang, let me see your notes, let me see how that look, and I'm like, oh, I was still on flashcards. Okay, you learn quickly in nursing school. You ain't even got enough time to write out all the flashcards. Okay, by the time you done wrote out the flashcards, your test is the next day, and you ain't even studied flashcards. So I quickly learned that ain't gonna work. But other people not gonna understand the struggle, but you do have, your peers with you who do understand. So utilize that resource. Okay, so I think this one kind of ties into maybe the first one with the life is over. This one it is a lot of work. Okay, you kind of heard me just mention for my critical care class, all of that studying. I studied before class, took notes during class, put the rest of the notes together from class, after class, and then still had to go and study that, So, like, be prepared. Like, some people, they're like, all I do is study, and it's like,
That sounds about right.
When I say that, I mean like studying hours on end. Being in a coffee shop hours on end. Being at your friend's house or your classmate's house studying hours on end. Okay? Hours on end. Of course, I always say maintain safety, right? But it's going to be some time, okay, that's going to have to be dedicated to get the results that you want. So, gotta put the time in, gotta put the work in. Even if you try to skate by in the beginning and stuff, to me, all you really doing is hurting yourself. Go ahead, put the time in, study that information at the time you are taking the course, and in that way, when you get to the next level, it's just a review and not like you learning everything all over again. Even if sometimes people have a healthcare background, because I guess that is a group of people sometimes who I hear in the beginning don't tend to study. But I still think that that's a mistake, because whatever background you came from, well, nursing is different. So regardless if somebody was an LPN before, well, RN/BSN nursing is different. So regardless, again, if somebody was an LPN, EMT, a nurse tech, a scribe, a unit secretary, whatever, patient transporter, all of that is different. Or, say maybe you came, from being an occupational therapist or whatever it is. It's just nursing is different. Okay, so a lot of times people want to go by the knowledge that they already have instead of obtaining the new knowledge and replacing it. Like, a student should really have nursing rationales for answers. So go ahead, get your bang for your buck, learn that information while you're there. Expect for it to be a lot. Go ahead.
Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth.
Okay, because it's going to be what it is. Ooh, this one. All right, so cliques and negative Nancy's. There are going to be cliques in nursing school. I suggest being friendly with everybody, of course, naturally. I know sometimes some people aren't people, and that's okay too, but you just want to be cordial. You never know where you're going to see somebody at, especially, look, I am getting close to 10 years. Yeah, I'm getting close to 10 years in this game of nursing, and since I graduated from nursing school, and the people that I knew way back then are in many high places now. So you never know who you're going to meet again, see again, work with again. So yeah, just remember that. Always just try and keep good working relationships with people. In terms of these negative Nancy's, seriously, you hear me saying all that because I can't stand them. Okay, I cannot stand them. However, no, it ain't really no however. I really can't. Like, it's like it just sucks the life out of me. Like, when I hear just complaining and just nagging, whining, like, then there's the other side of me that understands the struggle. We've all been negative Nancy's at some point now in our lives, if we be honest, right? If we be honest. However, I know personally I make like an active effort to be positive, have an optimistic point of view and whatnot. My suggestion for these folks, for negative Nancy's, just keep away from them, okay? Like, you see them coming, you could, again, because we still want to make sure we maintain our professionalism and build rapport with people, right? So, hey, how you doing? But that's where we stop at, right? So when they come up in there complaining, whining, going on for 30 minutes on end, that's 30 minutes, something productive could have happened. I really, really suggest don't waste your time with that. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like, not even just time, but it's like energy. Like, a practice that I do. If I have a conversation with somebody, I reflect over how I felt after that conversation. Like, did I feel happy and uplifted or at peace, or did I feel drained, sad, mad, depressed, or whatever after I finish, And especially in nursing school, because people can kind of get on that whining and complaining boat, and then next thing one person saying this and not somebody else saying that, and then and it's just like it blows stuff way out of proportion. And again, I just talked about all of the schoolwork that has to get done. So it's like just a big waste of time to be going on and on, fussing and whining about, you know, whatever the something is. They just gonna take you down with them. You want to be around people that's gonna like be positive, you know, smile and just happy, enjoying the process. Because even though, yes, I am acknowledging that nursing school is hard, it is, number one, you gonna win after, okay? This is a career where you are going to have a job after you finish. Like, it's just too many jobs out there. It's rewarding, you know, you are doing something that's valuable. I mean, you're smart. It's too many positives to just let somebody come suck the life out of you with their negativity. I don't know. Do what you want, I'm just saying. And lastly, I would say be courageous. Step outside of your comfort zone. You're going to be in classrooms, labs, clinical spaces where you're going to be talking to people. I know sometimes, you know, some of us are introverted. I could go back and forth. I'm an introvert, you know, sometimes, and then I can be extroverted. But probably in the day-to-day, I'm kind of like tucked in, because really my brain, I'd be like, I be handling business in my mind, okay? So my thoughts be way somewhere else, you know, and I know that about myself. And so having some self-awareness to know the type of person that you are, that does help. I still will say, like, for my introverted people, yes, step outside of your comfort zone a little bit, because keep in mind, you will have to talk to patients. And that's one thing, you know, I kind of tell my students or people that I work with, is like, I'm not saying you got to change who you are, you know, nobody trying to put pressure on somebody to do that, like, oh, I gotta be this person, you know. I'm not the comedian, or I'm not like the wittiest person. Nobody's saying become that, but you do have to talk with people. Like, you have to assess them, you have to get information from them. It's gonna be sometimes some awkward moments. It's gonna be tough conversations with patients. You're going to be seeing people in vulnerable states and whatnot. So definitely want to build that skill of communication. In fact, they call it therapeutic communication. That is something that does have to be built. For my extroverted people, you know, that's wonderful. Just make sure you mindful of other people, because sometimes we be the extroverts, you know, be way just all the time
Going, talking,
and so extroverted that you're not getting the work done and handling business. So sometimes you have to, like, it's really a discipline thing. Like, train your mind and train your mouth, train that tongue. We want to train our bodies, and we want to, you know, make sure we have alarm clock set and the calendar, all these different things. But it's the mouth that sometimes we need to tame what we're saying to people and stuff. So I do think everybody has to find their balance, right? It's all about self-growth, personal growth in the journey, right? You know, growing in that emotional intelligence to have awareness of oneself along with other people. I think that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, we got to go to get to 10K, baby. 10K, baby. So make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment below. Did anything resonate with you? If I was telling the truth and speaking that real, put it in the comment box below. Until the next video,